Hey y'all. So I created my pivot table to summarize my data, but now I want to actually create a graph with it. So I'm going to exit out of this pivot table editor and instead highlight this and find my insert a graph button, insert a chart, or you can go to insert a chart. And it took a second. All right. So now, rather than my pivot table editor, I brought up my chart editor. And this actually suggests a bubble chart, but I'm going to do a scatter plot. There we go. And then this is kind of strange. Okay, I'm going to remove this. And rather than that, I'm going to do the funding up here. Okay, so I'm going to make my funding my independent variable. And then I'm going to make my population and my average score the dependent variables on here. And you see it's labeled it for me. So average of average score, average. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to customize it, and I'm actually going to add a couple of lines here because they help me. Okay, my style, I don't care about that. But I want to change my title. Okay, so does funding change with score or population? That was my question. So I put that at the top. And then you can change your series colors if you want. And I'm going to actually go to this blue one. That's my school population. And I'm going to add a trend line. And it says that there's my equation. And my R squared is actually a statistical number, and that statistical number is 0.883. So actually it correlates pretty well. The closer you are to 1, the better it correlates. All right, so I think that is what I wanted to do. So note right here that your score doesn't matter nearly as much as your population for funding. So that's interesting. All right, last thing is I'm going to publish this. So you can delete it, you can download it as an image or a PDF, you can publish it, you can copy it. I'm actually going to move it to its own sheet. So here we go. And it shows up like this. And then I'm going to publish it. And once you hit publish, you go yes, and it gives you this link. And if you share this link or you put that link in something, then it'll come up with just this graph, and you'll be able to hover over the graph. I'm actually going to pull it up. All right, so here's my published graph. And you can hover over it and see the data values on it. That's what the interactivity is. So anyway, I think that's pretty cool. And you can teach your students how to do this so that they can then publish their chart and put it into one of their projects.